The council chamber was huge. It stretched far above and below, with seats in wide circles. Delegates from many planets and species sat quietly, listening to reports. The walls glowed softly, showing maps of trade routes, borders, and systems. In the center, a large holo display floated in the air, showing calm stars, peaceful planets, and the Sol system, marked in green. Humans were small players in the council, but their world had earned respect for past contributions. Ethan Cole, a human envoy, sat in the human section. He was not a high-ranking official. He usually kept quiet, watching the council carefully. Next to him, Lena Ross, a young human analyst, worked with streams of data on a small holo panel. She was responsible for checking sensors, tracking signals, and sending reports. She loved her job, even if the council sometimes ignored human input. The counselor in charge today was Veyril, a tall, crystalline being whose body shone faintly with light. Veyril was calm and wise, and most members trusted him. Next to him, General Sorak, a scaled alien warrior, sat with arms crossed. Sorak did not like humans. He thought they were reckless, small, and too proud for their own good. The chamber hummed with quiet conversation until suddenly the lights dimmed. A red alert flashed across the walls and floor. A council officer ran to the center, speaking loudly. "Emergency! Priority signal received from the Outer Defense Network," he shouted. All eyes turned to the holo display. A new image appeared. Several unknown ships moved fast toward the Sol system. Their shapes were sharp, strange, and unlike anything the council had ever seen. Red markers followed them. The sensor tags did not match any known alien fleet, pirate clan, or warlord. The chamber fell silent. Whispers rose around the circles. Some delegates looked confused. Some looked worried. Some even stared at each other in fear. "This must be a sensor error," one elder alien said. "Humans would not provoke anyone." "Or it is a trap," another added. "Perhaps the Sol system made a mistake." Veyril raised a hand, and the room went quiet again. His voice was calm, but firm. "Order. I request a full sensor replay. Every frame, every reading. We must understand before we judge." Behind the scenes, Lena worked quickly. She checked raw sensor data, comparing it to old patterns. She frowned. Something was wrong. The enemy ships were using old human signals as decoys. It looked like humans were attacking themselves. Someone wanted to trick the council. She turned to Ethan. "They are trying to make us look guilty," she whispered. "These signals are human in origin, but they are fake." Ethan leaned forward, feeling his heart beat faster. He knew what this meant. The council could panic, could misjudge, could blame Earth. Humans could be attacked before anyone understood the truth. He raised his hand and spoke carefully. "Counselor, Veyril, may I have the floor?" The room fell quiet. Humans rarely spoke first. Alien eyes turned on him. General Sorak scowled. "This is unusual," he said. "Humans do not speak without permission." Veyril nodded. "You may speak, human." Ethan stood. "This data is being spoofed. Earth is not attacking anyone. We are the target. Someone wants to confuse the council and make humans look guilty. Please, check every detail before sending fleets." Murmurs filled the chamber. Some delegates looked at him in surprise. Some frowned. General Sorak's scales glimmered with anger. "Reckless humans," he hissed. "You dare accuse us of being fooled? Where is your proof?" Ethan remained calm. He pointed to the holo display. "Look closely. The signals are old human codes. They match exploration routes we used before joining the council. The enemy wants to hide who they are and frame us. The markers show that they are moving straight to Earth. They bypass richer worlds, weaker colonies, and trade stations. They want Earth first. Varil's face glowed softly as he studied the display. He remained silent for a long moment. Variel, in disdainges. Finally, he said, "This is serious. We must act carefully. Humans, you may provide your analysis. Council, remain calm." Lena spoke next. "I have traced the signals further. They are designed to imitate human defense codes. Someone had access to Council archives to know how humans respond in battle. This is not random. It is calculated." The room went quieter. Some delegates exchanged nervous glances. General Sorak growled softly. "Then humans know too much. Are they suggesting Council members betrayed us?" Ethan shook his head. "I am not saying that. But we must assume someone outside the Sol system knows our systems and wants to use them against us. Earth is in danger." Variel tapped a crystal rod on the floor. "We will call an emergency session. Counselors, prepare for a full briefing. Humans, your findings will be included. We cannot afford mistakes." Outside the chamber, in the main council hallways, advisors rushed to gather data. Small transport ships flew between archives and sensor arrays. Everywhere, delegates and assistants worked in tension, knowing the peace of the galaxy might be broken. Ethan returned to his seat, feeling the weight of responsibility. He had never expected to speak like this in the Grand Council. He watched the holo display again. Earth floated there, green and quiet, while hundreds of hostile markers moved closer. His stomach tightened. Lena leaned next to him. "We have to warn Earth," she said softly. "They need time to prepare. The Council might delay full action." Ethan nodded. "I will send a secure message. The human fleet must be ready. We cannot rely on others to defend our world." Variel spoke again, calling the Council back to order. "The emergency session will begin in moments. Every delegate must focus. There is no room for errors. Humanity, please present your analysis first." Ethan stood again. His voice was steady, though his mind raced. "Our analysis shows that an unknown fleet is approaching Earth. Their origin is not yet clear. The enemy is using human codes to mislead the Council. Their path targets Earth directly. I request immediate defensive measures on and around our planet." End quote. Murmurs filled the chamber again. Some delegates nodded, some looked worried. General Sorak growled, clearly annoyed. "The humans demand action. I do not yet see proof of their claims. Perhaps this is bravado." Variel raised a hand. "Silence. We will examine every frame. Humans, your evidence will be reviewed. We will not judge rashly." Ethan sat down, feeling the tension around him. He knew the Council was slow. He knew it often argued too much before acting. But Earth had no time. The unknown fleet was already moving closer. Every moment counted. Lena continued to study the data, eyes moving quickly across the holograms. "Look at this pattern," she said, pointing at a sequence of lights. "They are fast. Almost too fast for known technology. They have studied human paths for decades. Someone is guiding them. The reason live, we have conceded formation and the technology." Variel leaned closer to the holo display. "So the enemy knows human tactics. This is dangerous. We must assume the worst." General Sorak hissed. "If humans are correct, Council failure is possible. We must act, but I distrust them." Ethan's stomach tightened again. He understood. The Council might hesitate. They might argue. Earth could be attacked before they agreed on a plan. He clenched his fists. "We cannot wait," he whispered to Lena. "We must prepare. We must be ready to fight." The session began, with delegates from all over the galaxy giving short statements, asking questions, and sharing intelligence. Aliens spoke of past raids, missing scouts, and strange transmissions. Humans watched carefully, noting every reaction, every pause. Veyral finally stood. "Enough debate for now. We will order full scans, review council archives, and prepare recommendations. Humans, your input will guide our next steps." Ethan nodded. "Thank you, Counselor. We will provide updates as quickly as possible." The chamber slowly emptied. Delegates moving to their workstations. Ethan and Lena stayed behind to continue analyzing data. The red markers on the holo display still advanced toward Earth. Every second mattered. "Look at this," Lena said, showing a new set of calculations. "If they keep this speed, they will reach the outer edge of our system in less than 12 hours. Ethan swallowed hard. "Then we must alert the fleet. No one else will act fast enough. We have to do it ourselves." The council chamber, now quiet except for assistants and aides, still glowed with soft light. The red markers on the holo display seemed to burn brighter with every passing minute. Ethan and Lena looked at each other. The galaxy watched. The council argued. And Earth waited, unaware that the impossible was already upon them. They knew one thing clearly. Someone was attacking Earth, and the council was in shock, and humans would have to act. The council chamber was tense. The emergency session had begun. All the delegates from many planets were present. The room was quiet, except for soft murmurs as representatives whispered to each other. Holomaps floated in the air, showing the Sol system and the approaching enemy fleet. The red markers still advanced steadily toward Earth. Veyral, the tall crystalline counselor, stood in the center. His glowing body reflected calm authority. He spoke in a clear voice. "Delegates, we face an unusual threat. An unknown fleet approaches Earth. Our preliminary analysis shows that their signals are false, designed to make humans appear guilty. The humans request council guidance and immediate action." General Sorak hissed softly. "We should not trust humans' claims. They exaggerate to gain sympathy. Earth is small. Let it stand alone if it must. The galaxy does not need another conflict." Ethan Cole rose quietly. "Counselor Veyral, members of the council," he said, "we do not seek favor. We only want to prevent the destruction of our world. The data is clear. Someone is attacking Earth directly. We ask for limited assistance, so humans can prepare defenses before the enemy arrives." A few delegates looked surprised that a human spoke so boldly. Some whispered to each other. Others frowned. Veyral nodded. "Humans, present your findings fully." Lena Ross stepped forward. She moved to a small holo panel and projected charts and graphs into the air. "The fleet approaching Earth is not known in any council records. The shapes and energy signatures do not match known fleets. More importantly, they are using human codes from decades ago. These are false signals meant to mislead council sensors. We believe someone outside the Sol system, possibly with access to council records, is guiding them. Earth is the target, not the attacker." Murmurs filled the room. Some delegates leaned closer. General Sorak hissed, "This is improbable. Humans have no proof beyond speculation." Ethan spoke again. "The fleet bypasses richer worlds and known colonies. Their path leads straight to Earth. If the Council delays, Earth may be attacked before anyone understands what is happening. We ask for a small observer and escort group. Humans will lead the defense, but the Council can assist in a limited way. An alien delegate from a distant water world spoke. Why should we risk our fleets for humans? They are a small and young species. Perhaps this is a test. Let them prove their worth. Another delegate, a winged being with golden feathers, shook its head. We cannot ignore the warning. If Earth falls, the attackers may use the same tactics against us. This threat may be greater than we imagine. Asmi. Variel raised his hand. Silence. Humans. Continue. Lena showed more data. We have analyzed their speed, formation, and attack patterns. The fleet seems to adapt quickly to human strategies. It is likely controlled by an advanced central system. We believe that disrupting this control will make the enemy weaker. However, time is limited. Earth needs to prepare now. General Sorak's eyes narrowed. Humans speak as if they are in command. They are reckless and arrogant. Do they truly understand the danger? Ethan's voice was calm. We understand the risk, General. Humans have always adapted under pressure. We ask for council observation and limited support. That is all. We will take the lead in defending Earth. Veyril tapped lightly on the floor. Then we must vote. The council will decide whether to send full fleets, limited support, or no action. A soft murmur passed through the room. Voting devices floated near each delegate. Lights blinked red or green as votes were cast. The room remained quiet as the numbers tallied. Finally, Veyril spoke. The vote is complete. The council has decided not to send full fleets. Only a small observer group will accompany human defenses. No council ships will intervene unless Earth is at the brink of destruction. Ethan felt a mix of relief and frustration. He nodded to Veyril. Thank you for what little help you offer. We will make the most of it. Lena whispered to him. We cannot rely on others. We must prepare our fleets. Immediately. Ethan agreed. He moved to send encrypted messages to Earth. The human fleet would need every hour to prepare. Orbital stations, defense platforms, and ships had to be ready. Back on Earth, Captain Ryan Carter oversaw the assembly of the defense fleet. Ryan was calm and methodical, a man with years of experience. His chief tactical officer, Maya Hill, moved quickly from station to station, coordinating crews and weapons. Together, they planned ambushes, patrols, and emergency responses. Lena's message arrived instantly. She had analyzed the incoming fleet and sent coordinates, speed estimates, and likely attack patterns. Captain Carter read the data carefully. He frowned. They are coming fast. We have less than 12 hours before the first contact. Maya nodded. We cannot wait. We must use every asteroid, every orbital platform, every hidden drone. They will not expect us to fight like this. On the council side, the observers prepared their ships. A small group, including General Sorak, was assigned to join the defense near Earth. They were ordered to watch, report, and assist if necessary. Sorak was not pleased. He did not like working under human command. But he knew the council required him to be there. Lena continued to study the enemy. She found patterns in their formation and movement. They are following old human exploration paths, she explained to Ethan. Someone studied our history carefully. They know our strategies, our past mistakes, even our early fleet movements. They have been planning this for decades. Ethan clenched his fists. Then we have to be smarter, faster. We must fight not just with weapons, but with thinking they cannot predict. The first alerts came as enemy scouts entered the outer edge of the Sol system. Red flashes appeared on human sensors. The scouts were fast, almost invisible. Human ships scrambled to intercept, using hidden beacons and magnetic traps. The first skirmishes were small but deadly. Captain Carter gave clear orders. Engage scouts carefully. Do not waste firepower on one ship. We need to know how they think, how they react. Collect every piece of data. People Tane. Collect every piece of data. Human pilots followed quickly, weaving between asteroids and launching precise strikes. Several scouts were destroyed. The council observers watched silently. General Sorak's eyes narrowed in surprise. Humans fight differently than expected. He admitted quietly. Lena analyzed the battle in real time. They are testing our reactions, she said. Every move we make, they adapt instantly. Their patterns are learning from us. Ethan spoke to Captain Carter. Prepare for larger attacks. They are not just testing. This is the beginning. They will send more ships soon. We have to anticipate, not just react. Maya nodded. We will. Humans adapt quickly. We will use everything we have. The council session continued in parallel. Delegates debated whether humans could handle the attack alone. Some argued that Earth should be left to prove itself. Others feared that the unknown fleet could destroy more than Earth if humans failed. Veyril watched closely. He listened to each delegate. He considered the votes carefully. Finally, he spoke. Humans will take the lead in defense. Council observers will assist. No full fleets will intervene at this time. The decision is final. The galaxy must watch closely, and humans must survive to show their strength. Ethan and Lena listened to the broadcast from the chamber. Ethan's hands were tight on the console. We have no choice. We lead, we fight, or we die. The council will not act in time. Lena nodded. Then we do it ourselves. Every ship, every station, every weapon must be ready. They may outnumber us, but we have creativity, we have courage, we can fight. Outside, human ships moved into position around Earth. Orbital platforms activated shields. Patrol cruisers took station near the asteroid belt. Hidden drones were launched on silent paths to gather intelligence. The Gringling, but having the round. Activity, with crossed. Every move was calculated, fast, precise. The first wave of enemy ships appeared as tiny red blips on long-range sensors. They moved in perfect formation. Silent and cold. Their shapes were angular, dark, and alien. They ignored communications and hails. They were coming to attack. Captain Carter gave orders. Prepare for first contact. Keep formation. Engage when ready. Remember, every move counts. Ethan stood with Lena on the command deck of the flagship. Their eyes followed the red blips. The unknown fleet was enormous. Even with limited council observers, humans were outnumbered. Lena's fingers moved across the holo controls. We can lure them into the asteroid belt. We can use hidden beacons to split their formation. It is risky, but it might work. Ethan nodded. Do it. We have no other choice. The galaxy may be watching, but it is us who must defend Earth. The first signs of battle were moments away. Red flashes, warning sirens, and tactical alerts filled the command deck. Humans were ready to lead. The council observers were watching, and the unknown enemy fleet continued to advance, heading straight for the green planet they wanted to destroy. Ethan looked at Lena. This is only the beginning. We must survive, and then we must show them that humans are not weak. We are not small. Lena nodded. The galaxy will see soon enough. The story of Earth's defense had begun, and no one could predict how the humans would respond. The council watched in tension, unsure whether to intervene, and the enemy approached with deadly precision. Humans would have to fight alone first. And they were ready. The enemy fleet moved faster than the humans expected. Their angular ships glowed with strange energy, and they ignored all attempts at communication. Red markers on the sensors advanced steadily, closing in on Earth's orbit. Human ships scrambled to form a defensive line. Orbital platforms activated shields, and drones moved silently through the asteroid belt, waiting for orders. Captain Ryan Carter, commander of the flagship, gave calm orders. Deploy the intercept teams. Position the drones in hidden zones. We will use the asteroid belt as cover. Remember, every move counts. Maya Hill, the chief tactical officer, studied the holo display. They adapt fast. Every maneuver we make, they respond almost instantly. We need to force them into patterns they cannot predict. Lure them where we want them. Ethan Cole and Lena Ross stood on the command deck. Ethan's hands rested on the railing as he watched the holo display. The fleet's size and precision were terrifying. They know our paths, he said quietly. They've studied human history, our old fleet maneuvers, our exploration routes. They will predict what we try first. Lena nodded. Then, we have to think differently. We cannot fight like humans usually fight. We must surprise them. From above, small council observer ships entered orbit. General Sorak led the group, his scaled body tense and rigid. He glared at the humans with obvious distrust. I do not like this, he hissed. Humans are reckless. If they fail, Earth dies, and the council is weak. Ethan approached him calmly. We do not have time for hesitation, General. We will defend our world. Your ships can assist, but humans must lead. That is the only way Earth survives. Sorak's eyes narrowed. He grunted, but said nothing. He knew the humans were right. His ships fell into position behind the human line. Their role was defensive, watching and protecting the flanks. The first contact came suddenly. Enemy scouts emerged from behind a cluster of asteroids, moving at extreme speed. Warning sirens echoed across the fleet. Human ships and drones moved into action immediately. Target the scouts. Fire carefully, Captain Carter ordered. Do not waste firepower. Record everything. We need to understand them. The scouts fired energy pulses, trying to test human defenses. Drones darted forward, creating decoys. Several scouts were destroyed, but others adapted to the traps. Maya noted the pattern. They are learning from our attacks, she said. Every move we make, they adjust instantly. This is more advanced than any fleet we have faced. Ethan moved between consoles, coordinating orbital platforms with ship maneuvers. Lena, analyze their patterns. Tell me how they respond to our formations. Lena's fingers flew over the controls. Graphs and charts appeared in the holo display. They are calculating every move in real time. Their central control is directing them perfectly. If we can disrupt the control ship, we can make the rest of the fleet weaker and slower. Maya's voice was sharp. Then we need to split them. Lure part of the fleet into the asteroid field. Trap them. Captain Carter nodded. Prepare ambush teams. Everyone knows the plan. Hit fast. Move fast. Survive. The first wave of enemy ships moved into the asteroid belt. Humans waited, hidden in shadowed paths and behind massive rocks. Energy pulses flashed, and the enemy ships were caught in overlapping fire from orbital platforms and human cruisers. The ambush worked at first. Several enemy ships exploded in bright flashes, leaving pieces drifting in space. The council observers gasped at the precision of human tactics. General Sorak hissed softly, impressed despite himself. They fight well, he admitted quietly. But the enemy adapted quickly. Remaining ships shifted formation, breaking out of traps. Their pulses grew stronger, faster, more unpredictable. Human ships took damage. One cruiser lost shields and barely avoided destruction. Drones were destroyed in sudden attacks. Lena's fingers flew over the console again. They are learning from us. Every maneuver, every ambush, every trick we use, they adapt instantly. Their patterns mirror human war simulations stored in council archives. Ethan's face was tense. Then we need a new plan. We cannot fight them like this. We have to outthink them, not just outgun them. Maya studied the display. We can do it. We have agility, creativity, and unpredictability. We can force them to make mistakes they cannot recover from. But it will be risky. Captain Carter's voice was calm, but firm. Risk is our only option. Humans, prepare to take bold action. Council observers, stay ready to protect the flanks. We hold the line. We survive. We adapt. The second wave of enemy ships arrived. They were larger, more heavily armed. Energy shields glowed red as they fired on human cruisers. Explosions lit up the asteroid belt. Human ships dodged, weaved, and returned fire. The battle was chaotic, but organized. Humans led with creativity, using the asteroids and orbital platforms to their advantage. General Sorak watched carefully. He noticed that humans were not just reacting, they were predicting, improvising, and creating traps the enemy could not fully anticipate. He frowned, his pride bruised. Humans, they may be stronger than I thought, he muttered. Ethan moved quickly, coordinating attacks. Maya, direct the left flank to the hidden drones. Lure the enemy into the trap. Lena, keep analyzing their signals. Every moment counts. Quote, 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 quote. Lena nodded. I see a weakness. Their coordination depends on one central ship. If it is disrupted, the rest will lose efficiency. We need a strike group to hit that ship. Captain Carter considered this. Too risky. The ship is surrounded. But if it works, we could end the battle early. Assemble a team. Minimal ships. Maximum speed. Maya prepared the strike group. Volunteers came forward immediately, knowing the danger. Their mission was suicide if things went wrong. But human courage was strong. They trained quickly, planned carefully, and memorized the paths to the central ship. The main battle raged around Earth. Explosions lit the darkness of space. Shields flared. Cruisers dodged. Orbital platforms fired everything they had. The enemy pressed forward, but humans refused to break. Council observers were amazed. Even General Sorak, watching closely, could not deny human bravery and tactical genius. Ethan's voice echoed through the flagship. Hold the line. Protect Earth. Do not let fear control you. R. Maya coordinated every ship with calm precision. Strike group, move now. Follow the path through the asteroid belt. We will provide covering fire. The strike group surged forward, weaving between enemy ships and energy blasts. A small cruiser sacrificed itself, ramming an enemy escort to create a clear path. Explosions surrounded them. Smoke and debris filled sensors. Lena analyzed their progress. They are reaching the control ship. If they succeed, the enemy fleet will lose coordination. Ethan's eyes were sharp. Good. Now we can turn the battle. All ships, push forward. Exploit any weakness. The enemy control ship was massive, dark, and heavily shielded. The strike group approached cautiously. Small beams pierced shields at weak points, identified by Lena. The control ship shuddered under the concentrated fire. Explosions rocked the vessel. Suddenly, the control ship released a pulse of energy, throwing the strike group into chaos. Human ships dodged, some were damaged, but the sacrifice worked. Shields of other enemy ships flickered. Their coordination faltered. Movements became slower, less precise. Maya gave orders. Full counterattack. Push them back. Human ships surged forward with alien observer ships covering the flanks. Council observers saw the change immediately. Enemy ships stumbled, lost formation, and were destroyed in waves. The asteroid traps worked. Hidden drones attacked weak points. Explosions lit space like a fireworks display. General Sorak's pride melted into astonishment. Humans. They turned the battle. They survived. They adapted. Impressive, he hissed. Ethan watched the holo display. We are winning this fight. But we must remain vigilant. The enemy may have more surprises. Lena nodded. I am tracking all signals. If they try to regroup, we will know immediately. No. The battle ended with heavy losses on both sides. Enemy ships retreated beyond sensor range, leaving the asteroid belt and orbital platforms damaged but intact. Earth had survived the first clash. Humans had proven their courage, creativity, and strength. Council observers recorded every detail, stunned by what they saw. Captain Carter addressed the fleet. Good work. We held the line. Remember the losses, honor the sacrifices, and prepare for the next wave. They will not stop here. Ethan looked at Lena. The Council may still doubt us, but we showed them what humans can do. We defended Earth, and we adapted under fire. Lena smiled faintly. Yes. And next time, we will be even stronger. We have learned. We can think faster, move faster, and surprise them again. General Sorak approached, his pride hidden behind rigid posture. Humans, you are not weak. I misjudged you. Earth may survive this threat because of your courage and tactics. Remember this. Ethan nodded. We will. And the galaxy will see. Humans are not just survivors. We are defenders. We are creators. And we will protect our world, no matter what comes. The first clash over Earth was over. Human courage, intelligence, and bold thinking had stopped the enemy. At least for now. But the larger fleet still waited beyond sensors. The battle was far from over, and sentient, and the Council watched in silent awe. Humans had not just survived, they had led. The story of Earth's defense continued, with humanity at the center. Daring, brave, and unpredictable. The galaxy could no longer underestimate them.